And so my question today in terms of in the news is, how do you feel, or what are your thoughts on the White House displaying the LGBTQ flag above the American flag centered at the White House? So what's your feelings on that?
I think, man, we are straying away from where our founder fathers, have really set the precedent and set what we built our faith and our trust in. To do that, I think, again, this is going to go right into our topic today on feelings and spirit, but it proves that we are so eager to please everybody's emotions, no matter how wrong it is, because it's not a majority of people.
Yeah.
It doesn't even touch the scale of majorities of who it affects. I think it's wrong 100%, man.
Yeah. My take on this, I had a conversation with somebody earlier about this, and I made this statement. It just kind of came to me. I'm going to take a little bit different route, a different approach on it. I think the American flag represents all people. Mm-hmm. It represents every single American. And so when you start separating at the highest level, right. I mean, we are the White House is in the nation's capital. It's supposed to represent every single person. And so when you start putting a certain demographic, a certain gender, when you start singling out and separating people and saying, I think this makes a statement, you're putting them above everybody else.
Right.
And I don't think we should do that as a nation. Yep. I don't think we should do that as leaders. I don't think we should do that because we can't put ourselves, if it's not God, nothing belongs above people. Nothing belongs to people and the citizens of this nation. And so now you open yourself up for discrimination in terms of, well, you flew their flag, why don't you fly mine?
Exactly. Yep.
And then now you start, now where do you stop at that point? I mean, the flag, the United States flag, everyone who's passed away, everyone who's given their life and fought and defended this country, defended it for everybody. And that's what you take. That's the oath you take when you start serving in the military.
That's right.
Against all. You defend against all, right?
Yep.
Foreign and domestic. And so that flag represents every single American, regardless of their race, regardless of their gender, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their sexual orientation. That flag represents everybody.
Right.
And so I don't think we should put ourselves in the position of promoting one over the other when it comes to our nation's capital or to our state's capital.
Right. And I've saw videos from years ago where people that are currently in the White House mentioned that, these things would never happen. You see the influence of feelings. You see the influence of these types of things that that have on our emotions, that things that we used to stand for, because of feelings now, we begin to dilute those things. And we see this sometimes in the pulpit too.
Yeah, it happens in the gospel, absolutely.
There are...
And our feelings towards it, I'm going to say.
Right, exactly. Our preachers won't preach on these types of things. This community that we're talking about, where this flag, it's this month, this whole month, they won't preach on things like this because it affects the following that they'd have, and they want to appease the feelings of people. But that's where we get in trouble, Pastor Jason, because if we start appeasing the feelings of people, the gospel is supposed to offend us and stretch us and challenge us. You say it all the time. We're not coddling nobody.
Yeah.
There's grace and there's love, but there's a very fine line to where, especially in a pulpit, if you change what you preach and what you teach based off of other people's feelings,
based off my own feelings,
our own feelings, exactly, we have lost the integrity of our calling and the purpose, the mantle that God has entrusted us with. And so, they line up. I mean, it is what it is. Let's go right into this, from feelings to spirit. Where are we being led? Are our feelings misleading